And I'm going to say happy Wednesday. So, happy Wednesday, guys. Thank you so much for jumping on here with me. My name is Andrea Rosser. I have had the privilege of being a part of this beautiful industry for just about 15 years now, and it has blessed every single aspect of my life. And one of the ways that that was able to happen was that somebody held my hand and they walked me through getting started here with the company. They walked me through what I do when I talk to a customer. They just held my hand. And so that's really where this Zoom was born from, in that, this is different. I came from corporate America, I had a traditional desk job. I had never done anything like this before. So I needed somebody to kind of tell me, well, what's it like to do it this way? So that's what we're going to do today. And I'm honored and privileged to be on here with you. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go ahead and get started with our basic getting started this morning, afternoon, whatever time it is. One of the first things that we want to do, you all know we're building on social media right now. I had never done this before. Well, I guess it's been 2 years now. I had never built on social media, so this was a little new for me. And one of the things that I needed to do was to make sure that I was able to be consistent. And one of the ways that we can do that is to schedule our post. And so if you go onto your Facebook, and everything in here is going to be Facebook based because I'm middle aged and that's where I hang out. But if you're young and vibrant and all of those things, and you're out there on TikTok or Instagram or any of the other social media platforms, don't worry, it will translate. You can use any of the platforms that work best for you. I'm going to tell you where I spend my time, but you can work anywhere you want. You can do multiple, it doesn't matter. But just know most of this is going to be geared towards Facebook. But if you go to your Facebook page on your profile, one of the first things that I would love for you to do would be to make sure that your profile is in professional mode. Now, this will not change your privacy settings. This won't make different people, be able to see it, anything like that. But what it will do is allow you to schedule your posts. I'm guessing that you're busy. Most of us are, and we've got lots of irons in the fire, and it's so easy to forget to post. And so I schedule all of mine. And the way that I do that, when you get to professional mode, you'll go to your profile, click on the three little dots, and it'll open up a drop-down menu, and you should see the option for turn on professional mode. When you do that, you'll have to complete some steps in order for it to, completely kick in. And it's going to take about 24 hours, but I would highly recommend that. And if you go to your Facebook and you say, I don't have professional mode, it's not giving me that option, it just means that Facebook is going to ask a little bit more of you in order to make that happen. So I would recommend, if you do not see it, go Google, how do I get access to professional mode on Facebook? And the internet is going to give you great suggestions on what you can do to clean up your profile. So Facebook offers that to you. Okay. So that's kind of one of the first things. The next thing that I'm going to say is we're going to load our tool belt. We've got a variety of tools here that we need in order to build our business. And if you're looking at this and you're like, that's a lot of links, or like Vincent, you're driving, I hope you're not looking too close. Be careful out there. And you can't grab it. Well, then take a screenshot if you can, or again, reach out to me when this is done, and we can get you a getting started link that's going to have all of this in there. So you don't need to necessarily jot this down. If you do take a screenshot, you can turn all of these back into links that you can just click on so that you don't have to jot it all down or do any, make it hard on yourself. So just I'll walk you through kind of what these are. And then if you're struggling to get them, we can chit chat, we can get it all to you. But the top shelf is kind of things that you're going to want to install or you need to log into in order to get it on your phone. So the first one is boards. And I'm going to tell you, of all of this, oh, I hate to say it's more important, but man, you need it. It's a free app, or there is a free version of the app. You can start with that. But I will tell you, as a person that does not make a dime, regardless of what you do with boards, I'm going to recommend that you upgrade to the professional or the paid version. And if you do that in the beginning, there most likely it's going to give you a coupon code or a discount. So you can do it for about half price for your first year. But even if you don't get, I had to pay full price, I didn't get the discount. and it's worth every single penny. So sell 2 boxes of drops. It's going to pay for your entire year, but it's going to allow you to have some extra capability in there. You can work on the free version. So if you're like, money is tight, I'm not going to do it right now. Don't fret. You can do it, but just have it in your mind for the future that as soon as you start moving these boxes, that's on your docket to upgrade, because it will make your life easier in the future. Next one is going to be Telegram, and we use this in 2 ways. One is where we let you know what's going on. So like this call, actually, I think I might have forgot to put it in Telegram. Maybe I put it in there. I don't know. But typically, we're going to put our calls in Telegram. Sometimes we forget. But we put our the IPA Zoom and Coach's Corner and the Wednesday Wisdom, this call, sales from the company, different promotions. We're going to put out on this Telegram channel here so that you know what's going on in the Partner Co world. There's also a Telegram boosting group that you can find on boards. And that is a group where when you make a post, you can go put it in Telegram and ask people to love on you. And we'll talk about that in a minute, but that's another way that we use Telegram. The next one is Circle of Health. And this is our product group. So we use this to learn more about our products. Mostly it's going to be drop focused. This is our customer group. So when I get a customer, when I get a dropper on the drops, I don't have to be the expert. I add them to Circle of Health. I tag them in Dr. Crystal's video, and I let her be the expert so I don't have to. So it's a great way we can leverage somebody else's wisdom and the credibility of being a part of a group of over 55,000 people that really helps us move our drops and get our droppers up to speed. And then the next one is Partner Co Nation, and this is a brand partner group. So let me go back to Circle of Health real quick. This is not a business group. So any money talk, any brand partner talk, anything like that is going to be deleted. This is purely for customers. And when you add people to it, make sure that you ask them to answer those questions. And one of the questions is to put in your name, because we want to connect them to you so that when they say in the future, I really want to buy Advantage. I keep hearing all these people talk about Advantage. Well, then we can say, great, Jane's the one that added you to the group. Reach out to Jane and she'll get it to you. So we want to make sure that they're connected to you in that group. It's not a prospecting group. I can't sell to anybody in there unless I brought them in. So that's Circle of Health. Now, if you're talking about excuse me, brand partners, you want to celebrate people for, participating in promotions or enrolling a new brand partner or achieving Golden Ultimate, we want to do all of that in Partner Co Nation. So make sure that you're in there and that you're adding your new brand partners to that group, because at least once a week, I go in there. Brent Palmer, one of our leaders, goes in there and we celebrate. So all the rank advancements, we're going to celebrate you in there. And nothing makes us more sad than when we go to tag you to congratulate you on your success, that you're not there to be congratulated. So just make sure that you're there and you're adding your new brand partners. And this is just a great group to love on people, to celebrate people. We're also going to announce other things that are going on, events, Super Saturdays, Connect events, things like that we'll share in there. But it's really, I'm mushy gushy. I'm going to say this is the group where we love on you. So that's what Partner Co Nation is for. Now, the last thing that you're going to want to add to your phone or install is the Partner Co Share app. And couple of, it's going to have great information about our products, but then it also has kind of some fun things. So if you look behind me, you might think I have a really clean office, but I don't. I'm actually not even sitting in an office right now. So it's got these Zoom backgrounds and some things that allow us to look professional regardless of where we are. So I might be in a car, I might be in a hotel room, nobody knows. So we have that in there, but then also a ton of information about our products. Flyers are in there. So if you're looking to recognize your people, you can get some training in there. And the fun thing about that is you can earn lifestyle credits for watching the trainings in the Share app. So highly recommend that you get that installed on your phone, and you'll use your brand partner ID and password in order to log into that. So those are kind of the things that we need to install. It takes a little bit of work to get that onto our phone. The next line are some things that I would love for you to plug into. So obviously, we're all volunteers here, and we all probably have other jobs and kids and things like that. So we know you're busy. None of this is mandatory, but we want to invite you to it. First one is the Coach's Corner. Myself and Coach Palmer, Brent Palmer, we run that one. We pick a word of the day, and it's 15 minutes of positivity. If it's your birthday, we're going to sing to you and some nonsense like that. But it's just a little bit of self-development to start our foot off on, the right way for our day. So that's at 9 a.m. Central Time, and all times are going to be in Central Time, and it's 15 minutes. Immediately after is the IPA Zoom. And I'm going to say, even though it's not mine, I'm going to say if you can't be on anything else throughout the week, do your best to jump on the IPA Zoom. Even if you've got to sneak a little earbud in and like pull your hair forward or pull your hat down and you're at work or whatever, try to listen to that because in my opinion, the IPA Zoom is kind of the cheat code to allow us to learn this business at an accelerated rate. It allows us to plug in. So if you're doing something to win, if Marlene's out there and she's doing something that she's, really having success, she's gonna come on there and tell us all what she's doing so we can copy it. So it's a great way to learn from people that are doing what we want to be doing. So highly recommend that. It's about 45 minutes now, so I've got to update this flyer. So it takes about 45 minutes, but just listen in, great information. And then on Wednesday night, we do Wednesday Wisdom. And that's one that, again, myself, Coach Palmer run. It's anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, but it's a deeper dive. So tonight, we're going to have a bunch of people on. I think there's going to be 5 that are all really accelerating with this full throttle promotion. So they've enrolled 6, 7, 8, and more people since the promotion started. And so we're going to interview them and say, what are you doing to get all these people in your business and how are you winning so that we can win too? So we do different people every single week and we just interview so we can learn from what they're doing. So that's kind of our tool belt. And our next goal is your social launch. And people will say, well, why do I want to do this? Right? What's the goal with our social launch? Well, our goal here is to get you to Golden Ultimate. And what does that mean? That means that you have 1,500 PV flowing through your business in your first 4 Fridays. That means, so the easiest way to do that is to move 30 boxes of drops in your first 4 Fridays. And we do that by attracting people to us on our social media. It's kind of crazy. Like I said, I've been building in this industry for a long time. And for the first 13 years, every lead that I had to call them, or I bumped into somebody in the street, or like it was all outbound. And I would see somebody and say, okay, I want to work with them. And I would go work to recruit them into my business in some way. And about 2 years ago now, we started posting on social media. And a crazy thing happened, something I never expected, in that hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of leads are coming in. And so these are people that are interested in what I'm talking about, and they're coming to me. And so that's really what we have our hands on here. And so our goal is to get all of you to do this launch so that you can go have those people be attracted to you and you start moving those boxes, which is the short-term goal, which then converts people into our business, which is the long-term goal. So what does that look like? We post twice a day. All of the posts are on boards. And I will add another caveat. I'm going to show you some boards on here in a moment. And you might say, my board looks different than that. That's okay. Because my board that I'm going to show is very generic. It's for all the teams. It doesn't matter if you're on Todd Rowland's team or James Zing's team or Crystal's team or my team. Doesn't matter. Anybody can use it. It's very generic. And then a lot of the teams have their own custom team for their specific team. So if yours looks different, that's okay. It just means that your team has a more custom board. So don't fret. We keep them very well aligned with each other. So don't worry about that if yours looks a little bit different. They're all fantastic, okay? But we're going to post twice a day using the posts that are on boards. The first one, I would love for it to be your face because Vincent, your people know you. And when you put your face and your kind of seal of approval that you're starting something new, well, then you're creating curiosity. And then when you start posting the posts from boards, they go, ah, that's what he's up to, right? So it's going to really help create that curiosity, put your seal of approval on it, but then stop people saying, I think you were hacked, right? So sometimes we can get that in the beginning, especially the gentlemen that typically don't put as many photos out. They'll get, that kind of questioning. And so it eliminates that. But we're going to post twice a day. Facebook says the most eyeballs are on social media at 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. I'm going to add in that if you really want engagement, you have to be social before your post. So if you cannot be on Facebook at 9 and 3, don't make those the times for you. If you're on Facebook at 7 a.m. and 5 p.m., well, then good. Make that the 2 times that you schedule your posts. And 15 minutes before you make your post, go spread some love out in social media land. So I wish people happy birthday, happy anniversary, cute cat, cute kid, great breakfast, whatever. I'm just going to love on people outside of Partner Co. before I make my post. Because then Facebook says, this person's really connected. More people are going to want to see her post, and it's going to push my post out to more people. Okay. So I'm going to do that twice a day. Okay. And then I'm going to make my post 15 minutes after I am working on social media. Then when people respond to me, I'm going to use our scripts. And if you've seen them, I'll ask, are they perfect? Mm-mm. Are our scripts professional? Not even one bit. Are they the way we talk? Yeah. They're designed very intentionally. So when you start digging in here, you're going to see typos. You're going to see abbreviated words. You're going to see emojis. And well, my natural inclination was to clean all that up. And what I found was I was eliminating my success. Use them. They were crafted with a lot of intention. So if you think about when you text your best friend, have you ever gone back and looked at your messages like a couple hours later and went, oh my goodness, that's gibberish, right? You see all the typos that you had and all of that. Because when we're communicating with our friends, we don't make sure that it's all perfect grammar and we've cleaned up everything. It's just real language. The scripts are designed the same so that it's not salesy. It looks like you're just chit-chatting with your girlfriend or your buddy. It's just conversation, which makes it more real, less pitchy, and they're more apt to buy from us. So just know it's all crafted with a lot of intention. The posts do build on each other. So I'm going to recommend you start with week 1, do all of those, then go to week 2, do all of those. We have 6 full weeks of content. Now, what do you do with on day 1, week 7? Start over. I couldn't even tell you how many times I've just repeated this process. Different people are going to see it. And then it also creates that viral kind of subliminal response from people where kind of like when we see an ad over and over again, eventually it gains a little bit more credibility. We're the same. So when people see Kim Gray for the 10th time this year, they go, this must really work. Look at this gal. I keep seeing her everywhere. They don't even remember that they saw it from you. So that's really important. Now, once people start responding and we start moving our boxes, we're going to add them to Circle of Health. We're going to make sure that we tell them to answer those questions so that they're connected with you. And then we're going to tag them in the Let's Get Started video that Dr. Crystal puts on there. Why am I doing that? 1, I'm adding them to a group with credibility so that they know it's not just me and them. There are 50,000 plus other people that are all trying this product, that are getting results, that are working in this process with us. So it's not just them, they're part of our community. And then I'm going to show them with that video how to use this product so they get results. Because if they don't take them and if they don't take them right, they're not going to get any results. And then with my droppers, I'm going to follow up with them weekly. And what that's going to look like is our customer flow here. And I'll tell you why. I want to sell you a box of drops. To this day, I've probably sold, well over 1,000 boxes now. I still dance in my kitchen every single time I move a box of drops. I'm so excited for that $60 that's in my pocket, but it's so much more than that. I want to get them I want to sell them a box today, but then in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I want them in my business because I want the today money, but then I want the future money as well. And so the way that we do that, I'm going to say by loving on them every single week in their journey so that I know that they're going to get results. So, first of all, when they get started, when they get their box of drops, I'm going to send them the started script that's on boards that's going to explain to them, how do I use this product? I'm going to invite them to my customer group, which I use Circle of Health. And I'm also, and I don't think it's on my screen, but I am also going to get them in a three-way thread with the person that got me started on the drops. I'm going to pull my upline in as third-party credibility, and there is a script for that on boards. But what that does is, again, it shows them it's bigger than just the us. And then it kind of keeps them on their best behavior, kind of like our kids. They act up for us, but then when we bring, a teacher in or a stranger, all of a sudden our kids are little angels. Well, our droppers are no different. So if we bring them into that group, they're more apt to respond when we text them every week. They're more apt to, keep using the product because somebody else is encouraging them, not just us. So we want to do that immediately upon receipt when they get their drops. And then I'm going to set a reminder in my phone for every single week to follow up with them. And a lot of times people will say, what's your program? What do you use for your contact management? I'm very low tech, kind of high tech, low tech, in that I tell Siri. So I literally say, hey, Siri, remind me 1 week from today at 9:15 in the morning to follow up with Barb week 1. And then at 9:15 every day, I get my reminders and it tells me week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, where they're at in the process so that I can send them the appropriate script that's on boards. Week 1, I'm just setting them up for success. So it's a very neutral text that you'll see where it's like, I'm just checking on you, how the drop's treating you, because I want them to come back with feedback if they're having any issues. Oh, I got a little bit of a headache, so I stopped. And I go, oh, okay, perfect. So that's normal. That just means you're a little dehydrated and you're detoxing. So get them drops back in your body and add in some more water. Or they say, oh my goodness, I keep forgetting to take them. I say, oh, that's pretty common. This is what I do. I set an alarm for 3 times a day. I don't worry about where it is around my meals. I just make sure that I take my drops those 3 times. So whatever it is, if they have any kind of hiccup, I'm going to solve it right then and there so that on week 2, I can celebrate. That script is going to be very different. And it's like, okay, tell me the good news. How are you benefiting from these drops? And again, we all have a little bit of people pleasing in us. So if you ask me what is good, I'm going to tell you good. There might be a but in there, but I'll say, well, I've got a little bit more energy and I'm sleeping better. I haven't lost a lot of weight yet, but right. So I might not be 100% positive, but I'm going to give you some wins. And when I get that win, I am going to pull them onto a Zoom with the person that I put in that group text with them. And I'm going to walk them through the conversion script or conversion slide deck that you see on boards. So how do I do that? When they give me a win, I'm going to text them back and say, congratulations. And this is a script on boards as well. Congratulations. Doesn't it feel good to be doing something good for yourself? We all know consistency is key. You're going to want another box of drops before too long. Let me know, are you a 1, 2, or 3? 1, you want to get it from me. 2, you want to save some money. Or 3, you want to save and earn. And they say, well, I want to save. Perfect. I get them on that Zoom. We walk through and I show them how to get a membership and a discount, $29.95. You get a 4-pack. It's going to drop the cost to only $100 a box, and you're set up for the next 4 months. Or they say, well, I want to save and earn. Well, then I'm going to show them, hey, $29.95, and I can show you how to make $720 this week. Does that appeal to you? And I'm going to do that with my running mate, my 2x2, my upline, or whomever you have a good connection with that you want to do your Zooms with. Doesn't really matter who it is, but we just want to get somebody else in there. I do these over the phone all the time as well, and I'll just text them the slide deck images and we'll just both walk through it on our phones and I'll just walk them through. If you've never seen that, ask your upline to share it with you and they can walk you through it so you can get a little bit more comfortable. I always like to practice before I have a guest on there with me, but I work on doing that on week 2. But let's say there was no win. They didn't have a change. They didn't have anything to celebrate. They hadn't taken them enough. Well, then I'm going to make it to week 3. And I'm going to use the week 3 script where it's you're almost at a drop. So you're ready for another box. If they say yes, I give them the 1, 2, 3 option. So, and then we would go through the same Zoom process. So it just kind of depends on when we can connect with them. Now let's pretend we make it all the way to week 4 and they don't convert. They don't want another box, be it that they got all the results in the world or they got no results in the world or whatever it may be. I'm still going to leave them on love because we all know things change, right? I might be gung-ho about my health today, and tomorrow I decide there's nothing I want more than donuts. And that's okay, right? And the next week I might get back on the wagon. And so we're just going to love people where they are. So I always make sure that I leave people where they know, kind of like church. You can always come back. It doesn't matter. So, I'm so glad that you trusted me enough to try this product. Let me know if you ever want to give it another go. Stay in Circle of Health because you can get some great advice in there, whatever it may be. But I'm going to leave them at love because we don't know what the future will bring. Okay. So that is our basic getting started. That's going to kind of get you to hopefully Golden Ultimate. It's going to help you, move your customers around the bases so that we can convert them into our business, which is our goal. So that's kind of the beginning of our business here. I'm going to go ahead and stop